Lord, brethren, Jesus Christ is Lord. This is Charity Ebwesin on the Hour of Liberty from Christian Liberty Center, proclaiming that Jesus Christ is Lord. We read in James chapter 4, verse 6. But he giveth more grace, wherefore he said, God resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. Why don't husbands humble themselves? Why is this manifold teaching about how to make husband happy? How to make him feel he is man? So he is not man unless somebody tells him he is man? Unless somebody makes him feel he is man? You mean there are people that are insecure and then you want to crucify women because of their insecurity? If a man is insecure, he should go and read his Bible and find out who he is. And I think the trouble is coming from most of you men. Quite a good number of you men in the church are not even born again. You come to the church because you're a man. 6 months you land a position to teach, and you don't know what you're teaching. Don't you have to know the Bible before you teach it? And there is a woman. Do you know there's a history of an Indian lady who was in the church, a Bible teacher in the church for 16 years. She was passed through for promotion to become a vicar, to be made a pastor. They will give her a little boy. She will train them and they will make the little boy pastor and tell her that she will make good pastor. The ones she trained, they will make them pastor because they are men. Is that what? Did Jesus say that to you? No, Jesus didn't say that to you. That's why Christianity is not profiting you. Black men, Asian and black men. That's why Christianity is not profiting you. Because you come to it with manipulation, with lie, with teachings, with cheatings, with favoritism. So what happened to you humbling yourself? Look, we just read that God gives grace to the humble. So no wonder why you feel so insecure, because you're not humble. If he that is down needs fear no fall. Have you ever heard, when I was in the primary school, I went to Ogwif Primary School in Enugu, Methodist school it used to be, before the missionaries handed it over to the council, and it became Ogwi Primary School. We used to sing from ancient and modern. He that is down needs fear no fall. He that is low no pride. He that is humble ever shall have got to be his guide. You guys have problems because you're not humble. Men, I'm talking about Christian men. You have problems because you're not humble. Forget the men that are outside there. You're the one you're the one to teach them. If you humble yourself, men outside will learn. Hang on a minute here. Outside the world, they're teaching women how to look after their husband, how to pamper their husband. I just had a WhatsApp of a woman howling. If they don't give you money, you find money, you cook the food. When he is eating it, you massage his back, and then you use the style to take the money. That is cleverness. We Christians are not called to be clever. We're called to be wise. And wisdom doesn't need... Wisdom, Jesus Christ said, is justified of all her children. If a man is a man in the house, why do you need to massage his back before he brings money for food? And by the way, let me talk to you ladies as well. He doesn't have to be the man to bring money. The both of you should plan a house, how it should go. When the both of you work, you should source your house very well. It's not man brings money for food and woman dies in the kitchen cooking it. No. That's why your country is impoverished. Your women outnumber you 3 to 1. And then you put them under your feet. That is bad plans. It's only a bad general, an incompetent general that will consecrate 3/4 of his soldiers to serve 1/4. It's a bad general. Leaves himself no place for retreat. That's your problem. Human resources. Manpower is the greatest energy you could have in life, and you knock your women under the table, inside the kitchen, in the toilet, in the bedroom, like your head said his wife's place is in the other place, and he was sat next to the most powerful woman in the whole world, Angela Merkel. You know, He was sat next to him. You can imagine how wise, how much wisdom is coming from us, we Niger. You can imagine how much wisdom is coming from us. Have you read? Did you read with me? Did you read with me? James chapter 4 verse 6, that he giveth grace to the humble. God resists the proud and gives grace to the humble. Okay, both Adam and Eve fell. No need blaming Eve. Even if you do blame her, Jesus Christ has rescued her. Even if you blame Eve, Jesus Christ has rescued her. And I'm talking to Christian men, because no one else will make Africa or Nigeria better but you Christian men. But guess what? You're towing the lines of the Greek philosophers, Epicureans, the Stoics, and Aristotle, and the Socrates. That's what do you know why? Because it's like your tradition. You prefer your tradition. You accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. You come into church and you drag the demonic tradition that your forefathers handed over to you. You drag them into the church. You drag them into the church. No, it won't work. Do you know what? Jesus doesn't force. Jesus does not gate crash. It's Satan that gate crashes. If Jesus gate crashes, he will knock you down. But he wouldn't do that. He would gently walk out and you have your church to yourself. You shout and shout and shout. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. That's why you have churches in every corner, and yet you're being overrun. And yet you're being overrun. Did you read? Maybe we should visit again. Let's visit again Romans chapter 12. Let's read that Bible again. Maybe we didn't hear it very well. It says, verse 10, be kindly affectionate one toward another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another. It's like, I have my sister Miriam here doing the PA, and then when I see her, if we have 2 bananas here, if let's say we have 1 banana, I leave it for her. And then she and I always, we have something like that. We went shopping today and, oh, no, you take that. No, I don't want it, you take it. And she said, oh, no, mom, take it. I said, no, you have it. And she goes, oh, that's what is called in honor, preferring one another. It's not that you, African men, you go balance, like, you see, like your, what's not? That was teaching. If there were 3 meat, you give 2 to the husband and give visitor the other one and let the wife go hungry. He is a destroyer. He is destroying the church. There is no church without the women. Do you know that? You go to your church, you that you're listening to me, count how many women that are in your church and count how many men that are in your church. No church without women. Go and count. How many women are in your church? Even half of the men that are in your church are not even born again. Regardless of the fact that they have big boasts, they're not born again. That's why things are falling apart in Nigeria. That I'm telling you, the women that are consecrated, born again, you don't give them any chance to lead the place. You give satanic agents that have invaded the church, you give them space to be leading. I had a WhatsApp yesterday, and it was anyway, he put his name on the WhatsApp, so I don't mind mentioning his name. He called his name Femi Durojaye. That's what he called his name. And he had a church, a very big church, he said, according to his writing. According to his writing. And the church was going quite up, and quite progressing. And he had a sister. In fact, the sister confessed that he has been in his church for 10 years. He was assigned to bring him down. And for 10 years, so he had been with his wife, and he had prophecy were coming that wife is the one dragging, pulling the church down. And this sister by the name of Christiana said she had a dream, she had a vision, and that the wife was chasing people away. And then subsequently Femi had his own dream as well, where his wife was pouring water on his Bible. Like those that have dreams that they cause themselves to dream. Jeremiah has something to say about such people. Jeremiah 23:25. He has something to say about such people. So then, this man, WhatsApp, I received it, decided He was going to mountain to fast for 21 days. What was his fasting? Oh God, kill my wife. That was his prayers. Oh God, kill my wife. He fasted and prayed, and by the time he finished his praying, his wife died. His wife died. I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. His wife died. Then he came down there, and then this Linda lady that did the prophecy, and the rest of the church that had the dreams that Madame was pouring cold water on the Bible, chasing people away, doing this and that in the church. Linda was so kind, Christiana was so kind to her pastor, and eventually she brought her younger sister. Her younger sister was so industrious, and then pastor ended up marrying her younger sister. Then on the night of their wedding, her younger sister turned into an elderly woman on the bed, and then they told him what the plan was. That they told him that his wife was his covering. That is why it took them so long to get him. His wife was are Nigerian men listening to me? Christians, are you listening? Because I have heard you. In fact, last week I heard from the church that the way to do it is wife, submit yourself to your husbands, and husband submit to God. What if the husband is not submitting to God? And Jesus didn't say that. This is coming from African men, West African men. Wife submitting to husband, husband submitting to God. So what if there are so many husbands I've seen in the church that don't know a scat about the Bible. So if he doesn't know what the Bible is saying, where does he get his inspiration from? Okay, let's say you're going to let me talk about law, because my daughter studied international law and diplomacy, and you are a lawyer, and then you don't consult your books, you don't know what the legal books are saying, and then you want to go to give somebody advice, and you want the person to take your advice. That's what Nigerian husbands are doing. They don't know a scat about what they say when it comes to the Bible, because they don't read it. Half of them, they don't read it. To be honest with you, black men, the God they know is actually themselves. When they say, that's why everywhere you go in black churches is submission, 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 submission. And you see, unbelievers creep inside the church, and they want to marry a Christian and want to get their pastor, to get the Christian to submit to their demonic dictates. You'll be dead under my knees, I tell you. This is charity. I'm telling you, if anybody tries that on me, you'll be dead under my knees. That's where you will crumble. Because an evil shall bow before good, and the wicked at the gate of the righteous. That's what the Bible said. I do mine by Bible. I do. And look at me very well. I make war in righteousness. That's how I do it. I make war in righteousness. I don't listen to all of your mumbo jumbo. When I go to church, my spirit is really, really alive. Fire. And they're quoting the scriptures, begin to twist it, and the rest of the scriptures that are coded up in my spirit is cancelling out. That's no, not now, not that one. This one said that. That's what women should be like. And this one took up microphone, this lady. She was teaching women how to act, how to be crafty, how to play tricks. Yeah, you find money. You don't have to collect money from your husband to cook food. You find money, you cook the food, and you serve him the food. While he's eating, you keep massaging his back, and then later on, you take style to collect the money. Is that theology, or is that psychology or Christianity? Because they're two different things. If we're Christians, husband and wife ought to know what's happening. Is there food? Do we have money for it? Do we have money to buy some? And how are we going to go about organizing it? It is a team work. I know that our forefathers, the people that raised us, our generation, they did a lot of evil to the boys. They didn't teach them how to cook. They didn't teach them how to make their beds. They didn't teach them how to keep houses. We forgive that. We pardon that. But you, this generation women, you must not follow suit. Because if you do that, you're destroying another 4 generations in front. You're destroying them. And shall I tell you, in United Kingdom, we have a lot of mixed race children. In Nigeria, you call them half caste. In African countries, you call them half caste. We have a lot of mixed race children in Birmingham, Manchester. And do you know why Birmingham and Manchester? Because of the creek, you know, the water, the sheep that docked there. You know, the sheep brought them from Sierra Leone, brought them from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Togo, from Benin, and they made toward the creek, and then dropped them off where they have come to go to school. And because they don't know how to cook, they don't know how to wash their clothes, they don't know how to make their beds, and there's no woman. They've left their 5 wives in Nigeria, and they come to United Kingdom to study. And then they find one English girl. She thinks she's found a husband. And they sit down and have children with them. When they finish their studies, do you know what they do? They will ship, organize, buy everything they need from United Kingdom, ship it to Nigeria, ship them, freight them. They've graduated, collected their certificates with their portfolio. They tell the English girl, I'm coming. And they've gone back to Nigeria. And she be sat there with children, thinking that he is coming back in the evening. The man has gone back to his 2 wives with 7 children, to Nigeria, to Ghana, to Sierra Leone, to Togo, to Benin, or any other, Liberia, any other part of Africa they came from. And these children are there. Okay, the women, when it comes to this type of girls, they're not usually working, you know, so there's no food, they're on the dole. The money that government gives them is probably not enough for the children. So children will take to the streets. That's what happens. That's why you have so many bitter mixed race children in England. They're all grown up now. People have wisened up. So this is the evil of not teaching your children, your boys, not teaching them housekeeping. You see, the girls are out earning them now. They are out earning them. My daughter went to Babcock University. All the people that failed their exams were boys. And half of them were waiting to inherit their father's assets. I liked one of my daughter's friends, what her dad did. He told his children, he said, look, don't think you can come to inherit my properties. Any one of you that I see is able to keep it, that's who I will give it. I'm not giving it to a boy, I'm not giving it to a girl. I'm watching all of you. That was the only time that their brother started studying. Otherwise, my daughter used to phone me, you know, from Nigeria, say, Mommy, can you pray for my friend's brother? He doesn't want to go to school. He said he doesn't want to go to school. I said, give me his first name, his second name, and I'll wake him up in the spirit to go to school. Is he mad? What is his problem? His father is an engineer. What does he mean he doesn't want to go to school? They gave me his name, and I went to the courtrooms of heaven and reported this boy. By the time the next semester turned, nobody told him to pack his things and go back to school. This is Charity Emerson on the Hour of Liberty, and Jesus Christ is Lord. We will continue. God bless you.